The United Nations-sponsored talks in Geneva have produced interim government for Libya. It was reported that the United Nations-sponsored talks in Geneva have produced a new interim government for Libya. This is the first time Libya would have a unified government since 2014. The country was split between rival governments backed by foreign powers in the west and east. On Friday the 5th of February 2021, Abdulhamid Bibi from the western city of Misrata was elected as Libya's Prime Minister. Mohammed al-Manfi from the east, Benghazi, was elected as the head of a three-man presidency council. Musa al-Koni is the deputy representing the country's south and Abdullah al-Lafi from the west is in the presidency council. Many Libyans are still doubtful if the move can unite the country, which was thrown to chaos since 2011 that General Muammar Gaddafi was killed. The interim government would hold presidential and parliamentary elections on the 24th of December 2021, and all candidates in the new government are not expected to run for any office during the election.
About 800 Europe-bound migrants were intercepted by Libyan Navy in the Mediterranean Sea off Libyan coasts. It was reported that about 800 Europe-bound migrants were intercepted in the Mediterranean Sea off Libya's coasts by Libyan Coast Guard. The migrants were taken into Libya's detention centers according to the report made by the United Nations Migration Agency on Friday last week. Since 2011 that NATO-backed uprising ousted and killed Muammar Gaddafi, Libya has become a transit point for migrants who are fleeing war and poverty in Africa and the Middle East. Many migrants seeking better lives in Europe have lost their lives while trying to cross the Mediterranean Sea. On January 19, 2021, a boat carrying Europe-bound migrants capsized in the Mediterranean off Libya's coast and about 43 people were drowned.
President Joe Biden's government plans to revoke terrorist designation of Houthi rebels in Yemen. It was reported that President Biden's administration has informed the U.S. Congress of its plan to revoke the terrorist designation for Yemen's Houthi rebels, thereby reversing decision made during the final days of former President Trump to designate Houthi rebels a foreign terrorist organization. The State Department revoking the terrorist designation for Houthi rebels would make it easier for aid to reach the Yemeni people who are facing one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. The decision comes after President Joe Biden announced on Thursday last week that the United States would stop supporting Saudi Arabia's offensive operations in Yemen. The United Nations and humanitarian organizations have warned that the terrorist designation for Yemen's Houthi rebels would worsen the Yemen's humanitarian crisis. For years, Yemen has been fighting a war between Iran-backed Houthi rebels and the country's internationally recognized government.
Antonio Guterres, the United Nations Secretary-General, has called on all parties, both Libyan and international, to respect Libya interim government. Mr. Guterres made the appeal on Friday the 5th of February 2021 while welcoming the formation of a new interim government for Libya. He pleaded that everybody should recognize and accept the new government and also work with the newly elected authorities in Libya. According to him, this is important so as to unify Libya and move the country on the way to peace. On Friday the 5th of February 2021, United Nations-sponsored talks in Geneva produced an interim government for Libya. Abdulhamid Bibi from the western city of Misrata was elected as Libya's Prime Minister. Mohammed al-Manfi from the east was elected as the head of a three-man presidency council. Musa al-Koni is the deputy representing the country's south and Abdullah al-Lafi from the west is in the presidency council. This is the first time Libya would have a unified government since 2014. The country was split between rival governments backed by foreign powers in the west and east.
Gregory Dow, a United States Christian missionary, was recently sentenced to more than 15 years in prison for sexually abusing underage girls in an orphanage in Kenya. Mr. Gregory Dow opened the orphanage with his wife in 2008, and the orphanage was funded by churches in Lancaster County in Pennsylvania, USA. Mr. Dow fled Kenya in 2017 when his abuse allegations emerged. According to the report, a Kenyan woman, Margaret Ruto, living in the United States, tipped off the FBI, and it was confirmed that Mr. Dow had sexually abused at least 4 teenage girls between 2013 and 2017. 2 of the girls were 11 years old when he started abusing them sexually. Report also had it that Gregory Dow's wife even took those girls to a medical clinic where birth control devices were implanted into their arms so that they would not be impregnated by Mr. Dow. Last year, 2020, Mr. Dow pleaded guilty in the United States to 4 counts of engaging in illicit sexual conduct with a minor in a foreign land. In the United States, Gregory Dow was a known sex offender before he started the orphanage in Kenya. He pleaded guilty to assault with intent to commit sexual abuse in 1996 and was given 2 years probation. Subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell to get more analysis on politics and good governance, health issues and others. Thanks for watching. This is Viewers Corner News YouTube channel.